In previous video we have seen that show and hiding animation element functions of jQuery, and then in this video we can observe fade in, fade out, fade to. That means fading animation elements of jQuery. These are the three fading elements of jQuery animation elements. That is fade in, fade out, fade to. That is fade in fades in all matched elements by adjusting their capacity and firing an optional callback after completion. That means we can fade in with an speed, we can mention with speed, or also we can mention speed with a callback function. And then fade out all matched elements by adjusting their opacity to 0 and then setting display to none and firing an optional callback after completion. Like that, fade to fades the opacity of all matched element to specify opacity and fires an optional callback after completion. The one of the most best feature of this fade in, fade out, fade to callback functions are the opacity. That means we can mention the hiding percent. We can mention and percent of hiding. That means it will be hiding in. That means it will be fade in or fade out in partially. So let's see how it look like in the how it animation will be working. Open our source code for that corresponding this one. Let's see, we can the designing part of that HTML document. Here I have a div tag and then 5 buttons here. That is fade in button, fade out button, fade to button, fade to 0.3% and fade to 1.1%. These are the 5 buttons, and then see corresponding code. These are the buttons with an ID names: fade in, fade out, fade to, fade 3, fade 1.0, and then this is the corresponding style sheet code. Here I would like to write our jQuery fade in, fade out functions. First one, here I would like to select jQuery. In this selection I would like to go select all p tags with an ID name is fading. See this is the ID name of fading. That means the first button, fade in button ID, and I would like to fade in button, and then in that I would like to perform an event, that is click event. In that click I would like to pass a function. In that function I have within curly braces. In that function I would like to write. Here I would like to select that div tag. That means I would like to select this div tag. I will perform this div tag to fading, and then here I mentioned the speed of the string. That means speed is normal. Like that, we are going to pass the 3 and then copy this one, paste it, and then button is fade out, and then function is fade out, and then third one is fade to. Control C, Control V. See, the ID name is fade to. Change this one to fade to, and then function is fade to, and another one is Control V, that is fade to 3. ID name is fade to 3, fade to 3, and then 0 mention to fade to with an speed normal and then normal, and then here it is that percent of the fade to is opacity of the percent of the opacity is 3%, 0.3, mention it, and then control C, control V, and then fade to is 10, that means 1.0 the fade to, that ID name is fade to, and then div tag, and I would like to select this one is slow, and then I would like to change this one to 1.0. Let's save it and run in VN browser. It will be open, fade in, fade out, it will be fade out, and by pressing fade in it will be appear, and by pressing fade to, wait a minute, in this third function, third button I mentioned a fade to with normal, that means it will nothing to perform because fade to has an the speed, and then value fade to is here I mentioned is 0.5. Let's save and again open our web browser, press F5, and then fade in, fade out, fade in, fade to 0.5, and fade to 3%, and fade to 100%. Here I am pressing fade out, and then 3%, it will show 3%, fade out, and press fade to 100%, it will be shown, and then fade in, fade to 100%, so we can observe value. These are the fade in and fade out jQuery animation functions. Thank you guys, thank you for watching.